Hey, what's going on, guys? I found out that the ATM they put in down the street lets me get any denomination of a bill, which I thought was pretty sweet. So I went and picked up a couple $100 out of the ATM and ones, fives, some tens, 20s, and then threw in the few bucks. I'm poor, so the couple of bucks that was in my wallet. Thought we could go through it, see if we find anything collectible. So right off the rip, we got a little bit of excess ink going on here. It's kind of cool because it's like right in the middle of his forehead. Nothing in the serial number that's collectible, but there is a little bit of that kind of over ink that's on a lot of 2017 $1 notes. Other than that little mark on Washington's forehead, not really collectible. 2021 series, only difference in these $1 bills is the signatures. It's the first time they had two women's signatures both residing on the $1 bill. So, well, any bill, actually. So, kind of historical significance to a degree, but there's like a cajillion of them printed, so they're not unique, so to say. A little bit of wet ink transfer, that's what this is, where you can just see. It's really more like excessive print. It's like where they put down a bunch of ink on the plate and then it presses through the jacket of Washington there. So don't be fooled. It's not an ink error. Would have been cool to have 5314 repeated. That would have been like a nice little repeater serial number as I knock everything over. 2017A, there was quite a bit in this run for 2017 and 2017A, so a ton of them out there. Great thing to look for on these and 2013s is stuff with ink issues around the seal on the back of the note. This one's really beat up, and you can tell from the discoloration it was wet at one point, but still, keep an eye out for kind of misprints. This is funky. Speaking of misprints, kind of missing ink, but with all this fold right here and kind of damage, I would assume it's post-production damage. So I'm not going to send it off for grading or anything. Nothing in the serial number. Other than that, the thing's actually in pretty good shape, minus the middle of it. Anyhow. Nothing in the serial number on this. A little bit of a stuck digit. Some people call them odometer bills. There's a bunch of different names for them, but how this 6 is sitting a little high. Some of them you can see that they're like way off, or they're partially printed because they're so off, since it's like a sort of a rotary dial, sort of, that rotates and puts the serial numbers. But as you can probably imagine, they print hundreds of sheets of them, so it'll basically be have a lack of lubrication to the little rotary dial, and it'll misprint some of the last digits usually, or sometimes you'll see them in the front. Usually it's the last couple digits. Nothing going on there. A bunch of 9s, but nothing collectible. 2013, really common on these is over inks in the serial number, so keep an eye out for that. I don't hold on to them all the time, but if they're really dramatic, I do. This one's probably the best condition so far, despite a little fold in the middle. Conditions like 9/10 of the law, of course, with any collectible. So the more beat up it is, the less it's going to be worth comparatively. Free booger on the back of this one, so we'll bypass that. Nothing collectible. Lots of 6s, lots of 2s. Nothing repeated enough. 2021 series, the same dealio as the other one we came across. I kept these all kind of in the order it came out of the ATM, so it should be in kind of a denominational order. Nothing going on there. Last $1 note, 2013 series. A few digits away from a broken ladder serial number. Nothing jumping out on the front. Damaged right here. So, still worth $1 though. And nothing going on the back. To the 5s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are one digit off. If we would have had either a 1 or a 9, it would have been a great broken ladder serial number where it goes, although broken up, in order. Oh well, pesky extra 6 was in there. We can flip it around though. There we go. Other than that, nothing going on. Little bit of like an excess ink of the serial number. You can see it just kind of bled through. Now, I've seen ones where, albeit it would be backward, the serial number is totally legible through the back of the note. And those can sell for quite a bit sometimes above face value, especially to the right collector. Kind of same deal as the other one. We're a few digits away from kind of a repeater note. Lots of 3s, lots of 1s. But it's cool how they're split up, though. I like that. But not collectible enough. I really only keep binary notes as far as like multi-digit notes. That would be with just 2 digits in it. Trinaries, if they're in order, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or something like that. And nothing going on there. Couple of 5s on the end. 2013 series, so a ton of them printed. Somebody bled on this thing and wrote on this thing. Double whammy. Nice. Maybe somebody was like blood money. They owed him $150 or something. And Series 2017A, nothing to talk about there. Now, on 2013s, though, on $1 notes, if they're B series and they're star notes, then you could have a duplicate. Always keep an eye out for that. Hold on to star notes. And on to the 10 Series 2017A. This is post the early 2000s redesign, like the other ones we've come across. There's no older notes. So 5s, 10s, 50s, 20s, everything but 1s and 2s. Underwent a redesign, primarily for anti-counterfeiting measures, and then super minorly, they did kind of differentiate them graphics-wise for people that are visually impaired, but it's nothing relative to what other countries have done, where they've really had a lot of advancements in that. Nothing going on this guy. The other one, I didn't see anything jumping out. Cool depiction of the U.S. Treasury building. Really boring looking in person, but a lot of cool stuff goes on there. Keep an eye out around all the repetitious 10s. Same with like, let me grab one. Oh, we'll see them in a minute. These 20s, I'll show you on there. It's another anti-counterfeiting measure that sometimes there's misprints with it. Those can be worth pretty good money too. Nothing on that guy. And now we're down to the last 4 or 5 bills. I think 4. 20s. So Series 2017A. A ton of them were printed in 2017 and A. Nothing, kind of a date, I guess. 1778. May 7th. I know that's kind of out of order. I really prefer month, day, and then year. But since I'm not finding anything, I'm going to keep this. But May 7th, 1778. So it's right after the United States became the United States. So it's kind of cool. Again, I think it would be better in the other format, month, day, and then year. But you let me know if you would hold on to this. I'm going to hold on to it for right now as just kind of a small date note find. Set that aside. Hey, little star note action. This one's beat up, though. I'm actually more excited about that date note, even though if you watch my videos, I love star notes. It's a replacement note. Essentially, during production, a $20 note was damaged or something was awry with it. They omit it out, and then they replace it with a note showing it with a star on the end. Sometimes, and very seldomly, is this serial number the same as the note that they actually replace. They usually print these previous to actually printing the notes with the thought in mind that there's going to be production errors. But really cool. I love star notes. To the right collector, you can get a few bucks above face value. If they're a B series from 2013, then they could be pretty valuable sometimes. And then condition plays a lot into it, as well as if the serial number is also collectible. So like if we would have had this date note even out of order, but then with a star note, that would have really added value. But I'm going to hold on to it because I love star notes. Getting down there, last 2. Let's do them at the same time. Why not? So bottom note, we'll start there. We're a couple digits away from a broken ladder. 2017 series. Keep an eye out around the color changing ink part. And I'll show you when we get to the back. Other one, nothing in the serial number. Both of them are in decent condition, although this one's got some marks on the bottom. On the back of the note, you have all these repetitious 20s. Like I was going to say with the $10 notes, 50s, 100s. Keep an eye out around there. Sometimes there's little misprints and stuff. And start with the bottom one. I like to keep an eye out for just kind of excess ink in all these blank areas. Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's not. Nothing on that guy. Back of this note. A little bit of damage, little bit of excess ink kind of poking through, but not so much. So what did we hold on to? Got ourselves a nice little, if I show you the front of it, star note. And all of our finds came in 20s. So nice little star note. I'll hold on to that. We will look up our star note on a website I like to use. I'll put a link to that in the description box and see if anything's kind of more collectible about it. And then I still want to know in the comments, would you hold on to this kind of quasi date note, birthday note? I'm going to hold on to it for now, but it might just become a spender. But let me know if you'd hold on to it. And more importantly, let me know what you've come across in your coin and banknote searches lately. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit subscribe if you like collectibles, but otherwise, have an awesome day.